Welcome to Loose Talk Podcast, people. This is going to be, let's just tell you now, this is probably going to be a short version.
Please, no vex.
That's the bad news. The good news is we're recording live from
The ancient city
of
Ibadan.
Yes, we are actually in Ayo's family home. We finally met.
Finally met the kids and the wife. We finally met the family, man.
We finally met the family.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
All of you, your journalistic license has been revoked because this is fake news.
This guy.
Fake news.
Don't let us to give them.
Give it to them. Now.
Visual evidence.
Audio visual.
if you give them visual evidence, of course, you guys know we're joking. But welcome to Loose Talk Podcast. We're live here right in Ibadan. Just want to let you guys know that. And that we are meant to travel back to Lagos in
less than 2 hours.
In less than 2 hours, actually.
In less than 2 hours. All right, so let's just go straight into it. First of all, guys, how are you guys doing?
Man, I'm great. I'm good. A weekend away from Lagos and it's troubles. So I'm fine. I'm good. I'm really good.
I'm good. It's all right. Like Steve said, it's good to leave Lagos and just decompress. And it's been good. It's been nice.
And you guys at Amala Sky?
Hey, the original one, not the fake one.
The original one.
Not the Amala Sky in Lekki.
No, not that one.
It's the original one. I think Ibadan is peaceful. We haven't gone out that much. So we're here for a wedding, guys.
Yeah, we just came for a wedding.
Yeah, but we haven't gone out that much. Well, we've just been indoors. Well, yeah, everything is just peaceful. The vibe was peaceful. We went to get suya yesterday night. There was no traffic. Everywhere was smooth. Too many roundabouts, though. Yeah, too many roundabouts. So shout out to people in Ibadan. If anybody's listening from Ibadan, we were in your town.
Yeah.
By the time you're listening to this, it's already Monday.
Shout out to your governor. Let's go straight into fam. I just want to say thank you to everybody that writes a fan mail. Yeah.
We have lots and lots of fan mails and we can't read everything on an episode. So
especially this episode.
Exactly. So we just take it one by one, Let's start with the first one. This person says...
Wait. You guys didn't introduce yourself, so...
I mean,
at this point when they're already supporting you, there's no need again now. So yes, if Steve is not introducing, we also don't introduce ourselves anymore.
Okay, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
Because you already have a band of rebels on Twitter and Instagram now supporting your cause. So
all right, no problem.
There's no pause.
This is how how did they say it? Bad culture.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, when they say, oh, somebody's bad attitude will just affect the whole team. You're a bad apple. That's the name of this episode. A bad apple.
Oh, wow.
A bad apple. That's what has happened.
I don't deny him. Anyhow.
Thank you for embracing that.
Anyhow, you will see it's fine.
My name is Osagie Alunga.
My name is Ayamide Tayo.
I'm the bad apple now.
Just you take it too personal.
I'm the bad apple.
This is all these guys that they actually never wanted to do something in the first place, right? Then they just use any excuse. All right, man, let's start the show. Hi, guys. It's great to send this email. The last time I sent an email was in 2017.
Whoa.
Wow.
Have we read this mail? We haven't read this mail, have we?
No, I'm not sure.
You're sure we've not read this one? Oh, I have read it, so it makes it look as if...
Okay.
Yeah, we're meant to read it on the last episode, but we couldn't.
Okay.
All right, so it says, great to send this mail. The last time I sent an email was in 2017. I regard myself as one of your first 20 listeners when you started in 2016. We've read this mail.
Who's it from?
It's from a guy called Orelua. I'm just going to read it again. You guys saw me through my master's that period in Canada. We've read this mail. Okay. We've read this mail. Let's get on to the second mail. All right. This is a long one. Hi. Nana, please close the door. Nana is also here in Ibadan with us, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, great. Hi, Loose Talk. My name is Jessica. I'm a Nigerian listener living in the States. And although I'm too young, not really because I'm 20, to have been a listener of the first season of Loose Talk, I have been a listener since you came back. I love listening to AOT2 on 234 Essential.
Thank you.
So imagine my excitement when I found out that he would be on another podcast with his guys.
we know how guys speak more freely around their homies. What does that mean?
They know. They just know.
They just know. I don't know. They might have a point anyway.
Guys tend to speak freely with like. There's some things you say that is just normal with a guy. Like, but with a babe, the explanation go too long sometimes.
And you just have to be PC.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So are you saying you're PC with Ugochi?
No, I never said that actually. I don't know what you're saying. Please, Nana, edit this part. Thank you. Or Phil, any of the two.
Phil, don't touch anything. If you want to get paid, don't touch anything. Okay, so shout out to you, Osagie, for the beautiful intros. Shout out to the owner of Lagos, Steve Dede.
Now we get Lagos. Now you know the vibe now. This person a correct person.
And of course, the man with the secret wife and kids in Ibadan.
Yeah, right.
Delectable AOT2.
Hey.
Delectable. Okay.
Please, so I belong to Jesus.
You are the one saying it too.
Yeah.
No wala.
Are you starter?
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that I agree with Steve on the idea of how the president-elect's team were tacky with the supposed IV line showing on Jagaban's arm. JFK was one of the most powerful US presidents, but he suffered with a disease called Addison's disease, coupled with many other diseases, but the population knew nothing about it until after he died. I know this mail is long, so please forgive me. I was on YouTube and I watched a video on Makoko and how it's the biggest floating slum in Africa. The people of Makoko talked about how the government is trying to displace them because the village is an eyesore to foreigners. But instead of trying to help the people, this wicked government is trying to remove them from their homes and leave them on the streets. I honestly think that the government just wants to remove them because Makoko reminds them of how they failed Nigeria over and over again. It's not a secret that the government doesn't care about tourists, especially with the way the Ghanaian government does. It's so sad to see that this is our reality, but yet Lasso girls are saying if he doesn't have an iPhone, he's not a person. I know it might sound harsh, but can we also talk about how Nigerians are the biggest broke shamers, but Nigeria is the country that houses the poorest people in the world? I'm so sorry for the lengthy email. I got so excited. Please keep doing what you're doing and may God bless you. Amen.
All facts.
Where do
No
we
cap.
start from? Should we start from Makoko or broke
Yeah,
shaming
let's start with
Nigerians?
Makoko. Let's start with Makoko.
I don't want to start with Makoko now.
Why?
Like I'm tired. Like
Yeah,
I'm tired
just
of
say
talking.
something simple
I'm tired
now.
of talking about Makoko now, because you see people every time. You see NGOs even making it the cross of their projects. You see it being like the subject of like huge funding, and nothing still happens. People still go there and take photos and do videos and do some documentaries and go to like organizations, international organizations, and collect money, and nothing will happen. So I'm tired of talking about Makoko. It's just sad that people are just coming to take advantage of people who are living in those conditions and nothing has been done.
It's poverty porn.
And most importantly, the blame goes solely to the government, because if you didn't allow people to be that vulnerable, nobody will come and take advantage of them. So, man, there's nothing much to say. I don't tire. I beg.
Yeah, it's the Venice of Lagos. Poverty porn.
Don't say it's the Venice of Lagos.
It's the Venice of Lagos.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. You can't compare. You can't even. Why you compare
wait.
Makoko to Venice?
House on top water. What's the difference? That is the idea. It's the same idea. It's
You are perpetrating slum tourism.
It's slum tourism. You see why people come as white Jesus and say, "Oh, look at all these black kids here," and nothing happens. And the Lagos State government promises every time that they will renovate. Nothing happens. So yeah, people are okay with it like that.
I also think so. I've even worked in a company where we went and donated. Right,
Yeah.
we collaborated with an NGO
there.
to reach out to these guys, and we gave them a lot of stuff. It was nice. Here's my problem: like, how do we create a lasting solution? Because what you have to do is you have to migrate them from that place.
It's a housing problem generally.
You have to migrate them from that place.
them.
What do you think the population of Makoko is? Residents there?
I have no idea.
1,000?
Do they even vote there?
They will probably vote in that region.
Yeah, okay.
With 1,000,
No, it's over 1,000.
2,000, 10,000.
Let's just put it at 10,000.
10,000 people.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. Don't come for my head though.
Do you think some of these people want to live there?
Yeah, because I don't think anybody wants to. You pray for something better now, so I don't think anybody wants to, as long as it's concrete. But the thing is that several administrations have promised them that they'll relocate them and stuff, and nothing has happened. So they're wary of the government and their promises at this period. So
Wikipedia says 85,000. There's
Shit.
the first result on Google says 250,000. I don't believe that. There's another Makoko Venice of Lagos said 80,000. So
It's the Venice of Lagos one will take 30.
So you want to relocate? You want to relocate
50,000.
Yeah.
So you want to relocate 50,000 people?
Yeah.
That's a headache.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare. But I believe that nobody will say no to somewhere better. With better conditions, better living conditions. Nobody was going to say no to it. So it depends on how they do it, right? So the thing about, I'm not the one that's being paid. I'm not the one that was voted in, to help these people. So people who are the governors, people who are leading the state should be able to come up with ideas to fix this, this problem.
It's not even a talking point
It's not even a conversation. It's not. That's the issue for me. It's not even a problem for them. So
during the Abode administration, it was a talking point because I think there was a bit of land grabbing and stuff around that period, but you all died.
This reminds me of the Otodogbame situation as well in Lekki. Remember when they displaced them?
That's what I'm saying. When they are ready to make somewhere, to gentrify somewhere, right? It's easy to displace people.
Yes, you kick them out.
When it's time to help them, that's when you start saying, how do we relocate 20 to 50,000 people?
But you can.
But if you want to gentrify it now, I'm turning into a modern housing, whatever thing that's scheme.
It's quick.
It's quick.
But it's quick to just displace them. They really don't relocate them.
That's what I'm saying.
Who they relocate?
Yeah, they don't relocate them because they don't care. Yeah.
And speaking about the population of what's it called? Makoko. Even if it is 35,000, right? So Fashola said federal government had delivered 8,938 housing units during the Buhari regime. The Buhari regime delivered 8,938 housing units. So imagine how little that is if you want to do something like Makoko.
Just 8,000 housing units.
Yeah, 8,000.
Federal. Oh, so keep quiet.
With a joke, with a zuzu for Nigeria. With a play.
It's tough. All right, we don't have a solution for it. We really don't have a solution. We have,
but they don't have the political will to do it.
Do we have the, where would we most likely relocate? If you want to relocate people from Makoko, where would you most likely relocate them to? What part of Lagos?
The borders of Lagos. The border town connected to you like Ogun State or Ibadan or your state. That's clear place. But does the Lagos State government even have housing units there for relocation?
They don't.
Because even overall, if you want to reconstruct Lagos, you need to demolish a lot of houses.
Yeah. And
where do you put those people who actually have the C of who actually prove? Okay, you pay them off, but still, where is the housing for them to get new houses? So nobody's doing any mass housing unit of, let's build 400,000 housing units around these places where we know there's land. Nobody's doing that.
I'll go and read up on this thing again. I really want to understand because I don't think...
Bro, it's not hard. Now we know one does work. Now
it's simple.
Jacko they built housing units that are still in Lagos today. So
true.
But this past administration, they'll do like 40 or 50 houses. So that's a drop in the ocean. What's that? That can't do anything now.
All right. Talk about how Nigerians broke shame a lot.
Oh, very, very well. Yeah.
I don't want to go into this thing because I'm going to go on a long run.
Yeah, you can't enter some institutions depending on the kind of car you drive. If you are driving, if you enter a restaurant, some restaurants, Adekule go sang about it now. What's the name of that song? Pick up. That was the inspiration behind that song now. So Nigerians broke shame a lot. If you're not wearing this, if you don't have the latest phone is for some reason it's an indicator of wealth.
It ties to our value system as a country.
The corruption of our value system
is messed up. It's just money driven. Once you have money in Nigeria.
No, not once you have money. Once there's an idea that you have money.
Simple. You are fine.
And you display it. You show the indicators of wealth.
Exactly. People will look up to you. We're talking about Peter Obi now. Well, people are asking questions like, why is he the best candidate for a third force? I'm like, because Nigerians know that he has money.
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
A poor man cannot lead a third force in Nigeria. Nothing will happen.
They say you never feed your family. You don't feed Nigeria. Are you mad?
No matter how revolutionary you think you are with the ideas and stuff like that, nobody will send unless they have the idea. Unless the perception of you being rich is from people have that perception.
Even look at
It gets
the late great MKO.
yeah, of course.
That was one of his,
Yes.
his strong points.
It was generous.
And people were calling Money Kudio. I remember back then.
Yeah.
That was what MKO.
Yeah, MKO.
Money
No,
Kudio
MKO
had the best campaign for
See,
them.
bro,
He killed it.
as a young kid,
Yeah.
right? In 1992, 93,
You
right?
feels the momentum.
Bro, I knew this guy had money.
Yes. You used to hear stories now.
Bro, the match. Do you remember MKO match?
Yes, now. Hope 93. What do you mean? SDP.
God
with the
damn
horse.
it. Bro, it wasn't hard to like MKO.
Yeah.
I wasn't born then, so I can't.
Get the fuck out of here. How can you say you're not born? I'm not even going into that.
You're cosplaying
Gen Z now.
You're cosplaying Gen Z.
I'll be Gen Z. I never born me that time, so
Okay.
I can't relate to what people are saying.
All right. Thank you.
One day he's going to fall his hand and start discussing about something that happened during that era.
A Queen Agbo. A military Queen Agbo. But yeah, Nigerians just love wealth, and they broke shame a lot. This one doesn't have money. And it's now songs. If you don't get money,
Hide your face.
that's it, man. Yeah. And that's why people are pressurized.
The whole concept of Davido's assurance.
Yeah, it was putting money down for like
Assurance is basically bar.
yeah, and that song went deep,
Bro.
It now became lingo. It became a concept in Nigerian relationships. They should give me an assurance. It's wild.
Anyway, shout out to Jessica. Let's go on to the next one. Benga Taiwo. I hope you didn't say we should say you're anonymous because I already said your name. Anyways, I'm too small to give you props, but you guys sabi this work. You came back after that small hiatus and there was no rust. Anyways, welcome back. I first listened to Loose Talk in late 2018, and by that time, Osagie was a rare sighting on the podcast. I went to listen to the older episodes to know who the OG everyone is talking about. Baba was harsh back then. Oh. I was not harsh now. And where did you go and listen to these things?
I'm sure there's a bootleg community somewhere.
There's one guy that said he has all the episodes.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy go the bootleg.
Damn. Low-key, I guess I'm here to say thanks. I started listening to Loose Talk at 19 whilst doing a finance apprenticeship in London. You guys were my first major introduction to following a podcast. Fast forward to 21, I opened a podcast studio and the business is now 3 years old with a couple of employees, and we've since produced 1,000 episodes. Hosted Stephanie Coker and I Said What I Said when they were in London. Been a hell of a ride running this whilst still working in finance, but we're grateful. God has really come through. Tell Pastor Steve I owe him some tithes, and shout out to AOT2, Agba writer. Before Osagie says, young man, you should have plugged yourself. The studio is called Soapbox Studios. We've got you whenever the London show happens. We no get branch for Canada yet. Loose Talk phase 2 or 3, it not too clear, but we shall here for the long run. Shout out to Benga Taiwo. He actually reached out to me on LinkedIn, I remember now, and we had a couple of conversations. Well, this is like a beautiful story.
That's nice.
I'm very happy for what you've done, and just keep growing, growing your business. You know this already. So shout out to you. I want to give a big shout out to I Said What I Said, Jola and FK. I saw the London show. After doing a show in Lagos, Abuja and Ghana, they took it to London.
Yeah,
I saw that video. I saw the crowd. Bro, no be beans, man. I was amazed.
Sorry, shout out to I Said What I Said. Of course, they're killing it. He said there's no version, there's no Canada chapter yet. That's a big problem because we need the Canada version ASAP. Did they come? I was just joking. Shout out to you guys. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to you, Benga Taiwo. And keep doing what you're doing, bro. All right, let's go to the next family. I think this is just going to be a family episode.
Oh, for real? We have talking points.
Do we have talking points?
We have things in the dockets now. What do
We don't have a lot. Don't mind it. We don't have a lot. We don't have a lot. Don't mind.
All right. Hi, my name is Philemon. I'm a huge fan of all three of you, especially AOT2. His writing is levels ahead of literally everyone in the game, and what he knows about Nigerian music is unbelievable.
I beg. I still be apprentice.
As a young and ambitious creative, I hope to work in Nigerian music industry someday. I am a talented writer who's deeply in love with music. I understand that there is a need for people to be involved in documenting the Afrobeats culture and telling our stories. But getting into the industry seems to be quite difficult because there are not enough platforms looking for writers. The question then is, how does a person get into this side of the industry, especially when the person is not based in Lagos? Once again, I appreciate what you guys are doing with this podcast. The information I've gotten from it has really helped me. Also, please, Osagie, don't stop plugging us into good TV shows. I watched Hunters, the TV show about the Jewish guy hunting the Nazis who had integrated themselves in the American society. And boy, what a show. Keep up the good work, guys. You are the best.
Yeah.
Philemon, first of all, thank you for acknowledging that I actually recommend good shows. Unlike
No, don't talk their name. No,
unlike
don't talk
the
their name.
person beside me here who does not want to respect my game.
And
Do you have anything to
and
say?
he was quickly roasted in the group chat.
Oh man. Talk about your experience with your roasting experience, Steve.
I was getting cooked, bro. Like they cooked me for like 2 weeks because I didn't even recommend the show. I just said, and people know that I have a bias for like security agency movies and series, like CIA, FBI, whatever it is, international relations, stuff like that. And I said, bro, that I enjoyed Night Agents. Osagie and Samson went off. Samson had not seen at that time. Samson had not seen it.
Sounds is a fool.
Just Osagie went off about Netflix. Then the quality, blah 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 blah. Bro, they cooked me for 2 weeks. And once in a while, that cooking happens in an hour, 2 hour speed, and they still move on.
But this one
But
was,
now I know how to handle it. Once they start cooking me, I'll just log out and maybe I'll go and sleep or something. But it's fine.
The kind of cooking we're giving you was parboiling. Parboiling, you understand? We're using pressure cooker. Yeah, we just go in, boil you, pa. You understand? Well, shout out to you, Philemon. Talking about breaking into the Nigerian industry, especially as a writer, right, creative, and because you're also not domiciled in Lagos, I think what you can do is, first of all, work on your writing and have like a steady output of what you're producing, right? That's like the first thing. So create your own platform. It can be a Medium page if you're writing. It can be a YouTube channel. Whatever it is, just keep writing, right? So you have something to show. It's like your resume. And then you can start to reach out to platforms. One thing I'll tell you is that every platform, no matter who the platform is, if you tell them you want to contribute to their platform and they are not paying you, they're happy to do it.
Lovely.
They're happy to do it at any point in time, right? So you can then become an editor at large, or at least a writer at large. Start from there where you are covering either your area or you're just sending in your write-ups or your articles or whatever. Look at the top 5 platforms and reach out to all of them. Mail each one of them, and you keep going down until somebody responds to you, right? And then you write for those guys. Then you set your sights on a bigger platform, and then you reach out to them and say, oh, this is what I've done. I've written for XYZ. I like to write for your platform as well. And the byproduct of that is you start to become, people start to recognize what you're doing. You start to become popular. Yeah. I think another thing to do is you have to take all that stuff you're writing and bring it back on social media. So if you write an article, right, how do you go to Canva, put the quotes in slides, right? Design it very well. Let it have it really nice. There are amazing templates that you can use. And then you can just post it up on your social media. Put your name there. Stuff like that starts to go viral. People start to share it, right? Look at what Tunde is doing with his videos.
Yeah, vlogs, yeah.
Yeah, with the vlogs, right? Don Jazzy reposted it.
Yeah, that's the biggest cosign.
Don Jazzy put it up on his page. And that's a big deal, and people have started to pick it up. And guess what? Homeboy is not even 3 months in.
At all.
It's not even 3 months into this thing, right?
I don't think I've even done 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Like the 10th or 9th episode.
Yeah.
You understand? You Don Jazzy posts your content, prof.
Bro.
And I'm even saying it. I'm not saying it from because Don Jazzy will pick everything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you got on that platform.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the exposure now. How many people get to see it? How many views, and people get to see you and then go and check out your stuff. So it's the same thing. Just keep putting out content and getting better. All right, let's go for one more. Yeah, God, I don't even know how this shit. Okay. Oyekan says, good day, guys. Honestly, this last episode has made me laugh the most. The bans from Steve and Ayo about the dating bracket are actually facts. The Osagie story reminded me of my friend Pella when his babe told him she was no longer interested due to financial reasons. I was like, this is messed up. And my guy told my guy, make I no lie, even me no fit marry myself. We both started laughing. This may sound harsh, but I also feel you shouldn't marry someone from a family background that you can't handle. Let me explain. Imagine marrying a lady that has 4 siblings to take care of and her parents aren't working either. These things do affect men's mental health and finances. Make people no use make people no use in
I'm a man.
Okay.
And killing themselves.
Okay, make people know use I'm a man and killing themselves. Thanks for all you guys do. You can. What do you think about that? Steve, if you were not married, would you marry a woman with 4 siblings and you knowing fully well that your spouses or spouse-to-be's family can't take care of them and you might end up taking care of all 4 siblings, sending them to university, everything?
Considering how I've suffered in my life, right? I don't suffer now. And I'm still suffering. You understand? I'm never going to take it. We discussed this last night. I'm never going to take a decision or take a step in my life that will drag me back financially. It's never going to happen. You don't understand? I'm so careful about that thing. Financial freedom doesn't come in a snap of a finger. It comes with the decisions that you consistently make for yourself. I'm never going to make that decision. And I didn't make it. You don't understand? That's me. Love deal, but I they use my sense, they love. That's it.
This concept of love and marriage, we're going to have that whole conversation one day. Exactly. I'm telling you, this whole thing of love, no, do you know love is secondary?
Yeah.
You first look at the whole thing, you first check your surrounding.
Yep.
Do you understand? Finances, everything, then love then activates. So this whole, but my own problem is that why do they then put love in the forefront? We're literally at the wedding yesterday and they were putting love in the forefront of everything.
Walt Disney now.
Do you understand? Knowing fully well, everybody don't do background check, everybody don't. But when you now come, you will not be forming love. Why are we deceiving you?
Background check.
Happily ever after.
It's true. You've done background checks on everything, the family, everything. If it does not make sense, you're not going to
does madness run in your family? I don't do the check.
You understand? Love is actually maybe the 4th tier. They will check every other farm. Why is it that a young man from a wealthy background in Lagos is not marrying, a young girl who is in the lower class? It's not happening.
No.
The parents will tell you who is the girl's father.
Who's her father?
Do you understand? And vice versa. Do you understand? It's not happening now. You don't, bro. The girl house. Maybe the girl house they agege.
Yeah.
You can't expect say they can't carry SUV go. I think this is why these movies work.
Yeah.
Because these movies are these romance movies are just the
Fairy tale.
They are just the fairy tale versions of like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
But they are in a romantic.
Exactly. In a romantic setting. It's just film trick.
It's film trick.
Yeah.
It's film trick.
Without CGI.
Yeah. Bad apples and film tricks. That's what is this whole thing is. It's just film trick. It's CGI.
Yeah.
It's CGI. Don't let me get riled up.
Yeah.
All right, this is from David Bristol. Hey, Loose Talk Giants. I hope you are well. I just read an article about Femi Otedola opening up about his shaky history when doing business with Tony Elumelu in the past. I quickly remember the episode on the podcast when you guys were explaining how important background checks are before getting into anything concerning money with anyone for your own safety. I'm still in my early 20s and I honestly would not have thought about it that much, but the advice you people give from your experiences is gold to the younger generation. Shout out to David. You know what they say? Good people learn from their mistakes. Great people learn from other people's mistakes. All right. Who's our resident Otedola Elumelu correspondent?
It's Steve now.
How can it be Steve?
You actually brought it in the group chat, in that politics group chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. If you check my opinion on Twitter, if you check my comment on Twitter, I said, this is literally what I said on Twitter. I said that was quite a statement from Otedola. But my point of view is that I shouldn't be having a point of view about two billionaires fighting. What do you want me to say about Otedola and Tony Elumelu? Like, what do you expect me, Steve Diddy, to say?
Yoruba people
that will make sense.
Yoruba people have a proverb that
I can't relate.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they are saying. I can't relate. I'm not in that world.
You're not in the Billy conversation.
I'm not in that world. But I will say this. Otedola, nobody should, from that Otedola statement, don't take out anything out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a strategic move.
It's a strategic move. He's doing something.
Yeah.
That public statement was for something that he's doing. And he also has a history of, they all have a history of fighting each other. There's one time he claimed that Dangote wanted to kill him and he went on an exile. Do you remember?
Really?
Yes, now have you forgotten? Let me go.
I've forgotten now. See, what I know is that when two billionaires are going back I just go and sit down in my little corner.
That's it.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to come out and just release a statement or a story like that.
No, something don't happen. Man.
Bro, it's strategic.
Yeah, something definitely has happened.
Do you understand? So I'm just going to sit in my little corner and just mind my business.
As Yoruba people say that, when we're talking about meat inside the pot, but more will now open, will now come up. Are you mad?
So on Google, there are literally like articles on the feud between Dangote and the long articles, so we can't read them. But in the last fight, it happens. People just do stuff.
It's Billy talk. What do you mean?
But yeah, it's absolutely right. Before you go into business with somebody, like, do your background check. I've experienced that. You guys know, right? Mm-hmm. There used to be literally a podcast company that I was running with someone, and it didn't work. And we even tried to bring a third partner, and it didn't still work. And all I should have done, but see, it's not as easy as you see it, right? Because this person can be your friend.
But it's for them, is it background check? Because they know each other. They've been doing business for decades. So no, it's just the nature of Omo.
No, for them, maybe not background check. I was just bringing it back to what David was talking about.
For we poor people, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Background check. Definitely.
Because if you get your guy, this thing makes sense, so make we run them. And then you start to see
another side.
Yeah, another side. Or people are not just aligned on what they want to do as humans. Right? Somebody might say, you know what, I don't want to invest this much in the business. I want to take care of my family. Yeah, another rugged co-founder can be, I'm ready to die.
I'm ready to be here till the lights go off.
Do you understand? And so if you guys aren't on the same page there, the problem starts.
True.
So shout out to them. Mm-hmm. Shout out to.
Isn't that the last one?
Yeah, because this one I'm seeing, if we read it, we will not leave Ibadan.
Now budget.
We will not leave Ibadan. We
don't have so many things to talk about. This is not like you're running away from family. Read one more, two more, short ones.
Okay, let me read one more. This is from K. Hey Giants, firstly, thank God there's something exciting to listen to on Monday mornings and afternoon again. The gang has been missed. It's also been nice to hear that old-time listeners are doing great too. Oh, I love you guys. You guys have a little community thing going on.
It's nice.
All right. People moving countries and all that good stuff. It's been a long overdue family reunion for real. I'm back again to rant about Mushin's finest exports. No, not Pasuma or Durella. But the one and only one day. After listening to Rotate's play the other day and how Osagie sort of alluded to it, everyone else coming after one day is a derivative of him. We would like to look back at his career and something that could have been, and if that is the case, who's to blame? One day, management or label? Still think CV should have been a one-day album. P.S. Would you be bringing guests on soon? Those episodes were great. Thank you again and have a blessed one. Giant always, K. Shout out to UK.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to UK. One day. What's that Moreno meme? If I speak. I don't want if I speak.
The talent speaks for itself, but every other thing,
Okay, let me just say before.
Coming, right?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah,
An album is coming. Okay,
album
okay.
is definitely coming.
That will be his third album in like 55 years.
Yeah, really, since 2009.
It's 2019. I calculate it now. It's how many years?
He dropped Wanted now. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the third album now. That's
Yes.
the second album now.
Yes.
Okay, third album. Then he dropped an EP.
You are talking about album now.
Talking about album.
2009 and 14 years now.
Oh, it's 14 years.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know to know maths. I just want to know where to confirm.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's allowed.
14 years is still a long time for
You studied in Nigeria, so you don't know maths.
Jesus.
For somebody that worked in census.
Yes.
That's why we have bad.
That's why the 200 million is shaky. Now in part. They say,
Someone that works in census, he does not know
see,
math.
calculate your area. You just add another
I
zero.
just do some kind of multiplication.
Yeah, okay.
Came up with the number.
Yeah, see, this census we want to.
And that's how we
We're-
got 200.
We're in trouble.
No, Baba don't cancel him now.
They don't postpone them.
They don't
They didn't
postpone
cancel
now.
anything.
They don't postpone.
Oh, they postponed
It's
it.
for incoming to now.
They don't have money. Nigeria don't have money to
run census.
What was that thing that they were postponing NIN?
Yeah, they postpone it. I know. Nigeria has no great do. They postpone it.
They still postponed. Man.
It's
They
not,
postpone indefinitely. There's no deadline anymore.
there's no deadline anymore. But if you buy a new SIM, you must have an NIN. If you don't have an NIN, they won't register your SIM.
So you must go and do NIN first.
Yeah, so you must have an NIN.
Seen.
Passports, international passports, renewal, whatever, you must have an NIN. I think bank accounts now, before you open a bank account, you must have your NIN.
Yeah, I think
and
NIN,
BVN.
BVN, one of them, yeah.
They've made it in a way that is very essential for you to have it. They're not forcing you anymore, but the system will just make you force you to get it. Yeah.
Interesting. Let's quickly go back to one day. I think everybody here, let me just tell you, everybody here is going to be PC about one day, right? Because nobody wants to talk, which is fine. But I'll just say that it's important. I think it's important that some artists should be signed to labels at all times. The indie route isn't for everybody.
It's harder.
It's actually harder.
Don't let them make it sound romantic. It's harder.
Because if you're an indie artist, you have to now be your own businessman.
Very
You're thinking
responsible.
for yourself. And especially if you don't have a team you are working with that are fully focused on team one day, this is what we're doing day in, day out, it becomes very difficult. And then the music dries up. You can tell that one day is super talented. I think one day can drop an album every year.
Yeah,
right?
Yes. No.
So it's more of a case around, how do I focus myself as an artist? How do I, build this business and this brand? How many endorsements can I get? How much music am I putting out and all that stuff? Mm-hmm. And you see that, but now he's with Empire is putting out this album, right?
Yeah, it's through Empire.
Yes, it's putting out through Empire. So I'm looking forward to it. I also think the album, like how expectant am I of the album? I'm saying I'm going to be 50-50 on it. Because the Wanted album for me was a bit of a letdown. I won't lie to you. He had some moments there.
He had some good songs.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, bro, Mushin to Mo hits to hit that standard again.
But do you think he has that course of the classic debut album course where
I don't think so. I just think he's never worked with a team. First of all, we don't even have enough albums to say if it's a classic course because he's just dropped one after Mushin to Mo hits.
Yeah.
If he had dropped like 4 or 5, we could have said, okay, there's that course or whatever.
I think the issue is that he doesn't have a team dedicated as Mo Hits was at the peak of their powers.
Yeah.
If he has like a Mo Hits kind of team behind him, obviously.
One day is special for someone who has not done much since his debut. We're still talking about him.
Bro,
14 years.
Because the singles and the features have been fire.
Here paper
so
now here
good.
paper
Yeah,
no, bro.
he's so special, bro.
That is bro.
He remains he remains part of the culture. Like he's not
No matter
someone
what.
who've lost
Yeah.
interest in.
Yeah.
For 14 years later, that's dope. That's very good.
Yeah, he's sort of like a legacy artist, but we still look at him as a young artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good way
That
to
they say a lot more to come from him.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. This is from Sharon T2. What's up, guys? Or should I say what's up to ALT2 and Osags and Ace? Waiting you they do their sup. To the guy who doesn't introduce himself.
Wow.
This is Sharon T2, long-time listener of the pod. I had to wait until you got to 13 episodes in to be sure that this wasn't just a brief comeback.
Wow. Trust
Anyways,
issues. Trust issues.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. Glad to have the OG pod back. Although so far this seems like the PC watered down version. You You will like violence.
You want us to turn to Nedu, Abi? Okay.
You will like violence. Nedu is going through it, man. Nedu is going through it.
Nedu is serious therapy pro. Now,
No, yeah. Shout out to Nedu. I understand what's going on. Shout out to him. And I like him. He's a great guy. I think what they're just doing, what is happening is that he's just suffering from like sound bites.
yeah, some bites.
Sound bites, and also he's not socially conscious enough to contextualize everything that he says. He's just I'm supposed to go this guest. I'm supposed to
Generalizing.
like, he doesn't know how to he's not just socially conscious enough to discuss issues very, very well. He's just
To frame the words.
to frame the words. It's just too black and white for him, and that's my only issue with him. Yeah. It's not as if it's not as if what he's saying is not true. Like it's not as if he's coming on the podcast and just saying doctors or so, like, right? Actually, because he's someone in the media, he's someone who has seen a lot, right? So he has seen a lot of unusual stuff that he talks about where he doesn't contextualize it enough for me. From the conversations I've seen him on the podcast, yeah.
All right, back to Sharon Titu's mail. This is for Osags. I remember sending a DM a few years ago about music in time, and you replied that you were in the process of setting up your pod studio. How far now? Has a music in time entered the same WhatsApp group as Ayo's book? Hey, God.
Oh, wow.
Ayo, see the shot.
Now, wow.
See the shot.
Sharon, a verse, the verse.
It's Sharon Titu.
Sharon Tito.
I correct everybody when they say AOT.
No verse. No
Yeah,
verse.
to AOT2, and you are doing the same thing.
No vex.
Anyways, keep the episodes coming. You don't know how much we've missed these conversations. I mean, let's talk about it. Sharon, I'm actually recording new episodes. I think I'm 2 episodes in now, so 10 more episodes, and I should be done. Very, very soon, and then we'll start rolling out. AOT2 should drop the groundnut and give us those hot takes. Ugochi isn't here to make a counter argument after all. Let's leave that for 234. P.S. Y'all should free Steve. I know I threw a shade at the beginning, but he is the one adding spice to the pod. Y'all are a little laid back, if I'm being totally honest. Baba Denzel is podding, yo. Anyway, shout out to you guys and keep the episodes coming.
Tell them. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, guys. What are the talking points we have today?
Seun Kuti go slap. I don't understand this guy. I don't understand Seun Kuti, bro. You go slap with this man. Like, I don't understand this guy.
You first heckled him, then slapped him.
Bro.
And that looked like Tom Milan Bridge.
It's Tom Milan Bridge,
Yeah,
actually.
it looked like Tom Milan Bridge. It wasn't a good look at all.
What?
Especially when the fact that the policeman wasn't even...
The guy was chilled. He wasn't even like violent.
Super chilled. It wasn't nice.
Okay, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is there anything that a policeman would do to you that would lead you to do this thing? That would lead you to have this reaction?
To slap
Just
you.
give me a scenario. Yeah. Okay, like what would we hear? And you say, okay, I no blame Seun again.
So Seun said that he threatened...
the policeman carrying wife. Not the only to me that.
Policeman carrying
How
your
much?
wife.
Like if person carry your wife, you go slap her.
How much?
Carry your wife in what sense?
How much policeman gets? Where you want to carry Seun Kuti's wife? Have you seen what Seun Kuti is driving?
My problem is, first of all, my first question before you go into anything, right, is how does police stop you on 3rd Milan Bridge?
There must be a story
There
to
must
that.
be a story to it.
Because
There's
Seun
a
said
story because
that
there's no
policeman
police.
threatened the life of him and his family. That's what Seun Kuti said.
You still can't slap a baby. You can't slap a man in the uniform. You
Because
can't.
he represents the
You
Nigerian
can't.
government.
You
at the end of
can't
the day.
actually. You can't actually.
Now the IGP don't say made the arrest her.
Yeah. So the thing is, if they don't arrest, so I don't expect them to do anything to him. But that would really define the kind of country that we live in.
Yeah.
Right. They should make an example out of him.
Somebody said
Because this
Portable
is-
did less, and look at what
Bro.
Portable went through.
This person just Portable Ice
Ice Prince.
Portable said after God now government.
But how did you do song? You shot a video.
After the death with
As a man.
You know they did.
Every other day.
They called him
as a
and they
man.
now arrested him on a Friday, so they could not bail him for a weekend.
Bro, let me give you a tip. If you don't know, if you stay in Lagos and you don't know, if the police
Arrest him.
invite you to the police station on Friday,
It's over. Charlie,
no go.
if they invite you to the police station on Friday,
he would do church testimony on Sunday inside bars.
In the morning.
When I go to follow them, they sing in the
Early
morning.
in the morning.
Yeah, but Seun Kuti's that clip was too wild, fam. Come on, bruh. Easy.
They would need to. The Nigerian police force would need to react.
They've reacted already.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
reacted.
by picking it, even more than the.
Yo.
Like, look at how quick it was for the IGP to release a
It
statement.
was within hours, man. Within hours.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
The same thing that happened to Ice Prince as well. They would
Yeah.
need to react because if they don't react, they've sort of given a green light.
For
And Iceman's own was even like that situation was like milder because there was no video, there was
Yeah.
nothing. They just said
this one, we had
this one will have like
two different angles.
two different angles.
Bruh, come on. It's,
Who filmed that thing?
Yeah, was there traffic? Like, you know,
see, that's what I need to know. There was no traffic there, but it seems there was a.
Someone parked and started
Someone
filming
parked,
because
yeah.
that person that was shouting
So
is
somebody
not
parked behind
from
Seun.
Seun's camp.
Some-
That video can't be from Seun's camp.
No. So somebody
It can't
parked.
if that video is from Seun's camp, then he needs to lose a
Sorry.
couple of people from the
Excuse
camp.
me. Seun doesn't have a camp. Seun is the camp.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
seen
true.
Seun moves alone?
Yeah, it's true.
He
It's true.
doesn't-
It's true.
So it was a car behind him and a car beside
I think the
him.
guy just saw that it was Seun having an altercation with the policeman
And they pulled up.
and pulled up and started filming.
Without knowing what's going to happen next.
Yeah, maybe.
I was somewhere and something was happening. It was like a minor chaos. I think in my estate or something, something minor, right? That you could just solve. We're trying to solve. And I saw someone. It's not bougie.
No, that is bougie, man.
It's not bougie. And someone pulled out a phone and wanted to start recording.
Yes, no.
That's where I left the whole thing and faced that person and said, "What are you doing? What do you think you are doing now?"
You know how American shout, black American shout, World Star. We shout, Instablog.
Bro, that video
I
is
just love
bad.
that. No, that video is bad.
so bad.
See, there's no way you
Bro,
can
there
finesse.
has to be like a process. There has to be like, and it has to be like a media. Like he has to be well covered, and the police has to make sure that this thing is well covered, from the arrest to the court case
Yeah.
to the verdict.
Everything
like,
is so detailed.
Everything should be detailed so that it will send out a message. This is not acceptable.
It's not. You should not.
It should not
We
be
don't say
acceptable.
Nigerian police they fuck up, but you should not.
Bro,
lay
we
your
all
hands.
know now.
You should
We
not
all
lay
know
your
that.
hands.
We all know. So those ones
Yeah.
don't get sense. We can't start this way.
Yeah,
It's
because that's
impossible.
anarchy. I invited anarchy.
What?
What's that?
He slapped the guy.
Heavy one. You know, slap. You pimp slap.
No, that's not right.
That's too much.
And Seun should take it chill. Like
he
he's
needs to
someone
cool
that we like. We like Seun.
Yeah.
We like him now. Over time, we've given him that grace as someone
Yeah.
that we like. We like your
But he
takes.
needs to tone it
You have
down
to
a
just
bit.
tone it down. Just have a little more chill.
You remember when
like
there was an I don't know there was an event the Kutis were having and someone look came and there was the whole drama.
this
again.
whole drama? Yeah, bro,
Doesn't
calm
need it.
down.
We know you're the general.
We
of the
know
clan.
we are the general.
Yeah, you
but
know the brand can't tell.
just calm down, small.
Sometimes take like 20% of Femi Kuti's nature. Just chill. I can imagine Femi Kuti. They called him.
And now, yeah, they're gonna
Oh,
tire.
niggas, oh, God.
Man, this is not good at all.
Come on.
And from their position of being anti-government, right?
Yeah.
They will hate to be in this position where they have to start begging people.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Start
Like,
calling for favors.
Start calling for favors. They will hate it. So stop putting your people in that position.
position.
Like,
It's
it does
not
not
a
make
good-
sense.
it's not a good
a good look. It would have been better if there's a video of a policeman slapping you and you are. If this situation was opposite, it would have been better for you.
People for not
Because we've been tweeting now and saying
how dare you touch
exactly. How dare you touch me? Stop, Seun, stop like that. This is not good at all. This is not a good look at all. You know,
Yeah. Do you know what rank was the policeman is?
I think that's a constable. Let me look at it. Right
Is the
I think that's a constable.
I call them stop and search. That's what I call them.
It has to be. Let me see. It has to be a constable because I didn't see.
He hasn't been identified yet.
I didn't see any rank on the.
Yeah, but he hasn't even been identified yet.
And there's no rank now. It has to be a constable. There's no rank. There's no rank.
Two different footages.
That's some
My brother.
TMZ shit.
My brother.
That's some Tory Lanez shit right there, man.
One has to be careful.
Yeah.
All right, what else happened?
What else happened again? Seun Kuti died.
Yeah. That's home video right there, bruv.
57 is just too young for someone to die.
Too young, man. Come on.
And he has been out of the.
Yeah. You know, we talk about him at Osaka for that.
Yeah,
They all went.
they
you know,
all
they,
went
they
away.
rose together and they
And
all
just went away.
They all went away.
Charles Okafor is a pastor in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you said it.
He's a pastor.
It's a shame, man. Setobi is an icon of that 90s Nollywood. He was one of the leading men with
He was like the action film star.
He was the action film star. I remember when he broke out with Sakobi. They did other movies.
Which one? Remind me of Sakobi.
Sakobi,
Is this Susan Patrick?
Yes, Susan Patrick. The beautiful.
Oh, the
Susan
Pretty
Patrick.
Sapiens. That's Sakobi now.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Susan Patrick?
You know now.
No, it's in Naked, the Pretty Serpent.
There's a naked president, Sakobi the snake girl.
Sakobi the snake girl. Sorry, Sakobi the snake
Susan
girl.
Patrick, the normal thing that happened to all our 90 female 90 stars.
She went to America.
No, she got married and my bad retire her. baby making factory straight. Look at Sandra Achos, all of them. They all got
But
married.
I'm not sure she's in Nigeria anymore.
I think she's still in Nigeria.
Susan Patrick.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Let me go check on this.
Where is Sandra Chums?
Sandra Achos is in Germany. She's
in Germany. She's in
relocated
Germany.
with her husband.
She's
And
in
her
Germany.
kids. Yeah.
Susan Patrick had gapped.
Yeah, she's done with gap tooth. This lady, Victoria Yama, went to the UK with her husband to Regina
She's a nurse now. Victoria Emma is a nurse. now.
Regina Asker too went to America. Where again? I think Kitesha is the last of that set. Though. I would think Susan Patrick is on IG. I'm not sure.
I've not seen her. I'll search her.
She's somewhere, but you know, most of
But
them.
that's Genevieve's era too now.
Genevieve came later now.
Genevieve came
Because
later.
Genevieve made her debut in Most Wanted, and that was 98.
98.
Yeah.
Is it Most Wanted or Last Night?
Most Wanted.
Most
before Last Night.
Wanted. Last night was what?
Last night was the. What was last night?
Ketenshaw movie. The one they went on the ship.
No,
And then they said-
Most
Most
Wanted
Wanted before that.
was came before.
Because Genevieve
Most
only
Wanted
had
came.
one role in Most Wanted.
Yes.
It was a report, just on
yeah,
reporter.
Most Wanted came before.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was after that I said that Genevieve now came.
Yeah, this is the first set though.
Yeah, they were like the major stars, the
Yeah,
RMDs,
true.
Bibaki Tolas,
Liz Benson.
Liz Benson.
Would you see Liz Benson came after them too?
No, Liz Benson came.
Yeah, the
with
same set.
Liz Benson came with the set of Fortune
Fortune was 95.
for 93, 94. That's Regina Asker sets, RMD sets,
Glamour Girls.
Patata sets, the Glamour Girls. Glamour Girls 2.
Glamour
Not
Girls
one.
2, not one.
Glamour Girls.
2. Liz Benson wasn't in one.
It wasn't in one.
Okay, she was in 2. So True Confession.
True
True Confession,
all those
exactly.
ones, yeah.
True
Then the
Confession was
Kenya
that.
set.
True
95,
Confession
96.
was a breakout role.
Yes,
Liz
with
Benson.
Shola Fosudo.
Yeah, in terms of movies,
like
not
movies,
TV.
in terms of not TV, in terms of
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
that was a
yeah.
breakout.
That's a breakout role.
That's a classical.
Yeah,
True Confession was mad.
yeah.
It's probably on YouTube. I want to watch it.
It's on YouTube.
I want to go and watch.
A lot of them are on YouTube.
You know, I've not seen State of Emergency.
Oh, you've not?
That's Tade Ogidon.
I've never
no,
watched
that's
it.
not
That's not a day.
That is hostages.
Oh, Hostage.
I've never watched State of Emergency. I just have the idea of what it is.
back
I'll go
then-
and watch it now.
We did run video club. We were almost running a video club in my house. So any latest film, mom say go buy 'em. Rent out. So this
I
one.
never
is
saw it.
I saw it.
I want to watch the one where the one where Saint Toby carried the gun, Charles Okafor carried the gun.
Yeah, so that
that's
that
that
movie.
iconic picture
I
that they
forgot.
all carried the gun in front of the bus.
I don't know that one.
I need to watch that movie
I
again.
didn't watch that one.
Hank Anuku was in that movie.
I think Hank was in it. I think that's where Hank started.
It was armed robbery now. They were robbing bullion vans.
Yeah.
What's the title of this movie?
That movie is a classic. I remember.
So when Setobi and Charles Okafor and that deep in, that's when Hanks now became.
That's when Hanks now became the guy.
bad boy. Yeah. Man,
Hanks is still with us, right?
he's still with us, but people are there are reports that his mental health.
He comes like
He's not.
He's in
the best.
Asaba.
He's in Asaba.
Yeah.
He moved to Ghana one time.
I think he's in Asaba now.
Yeah.
I can't like.
He was last seen on the movie set where he was acting as a king. Yeah. Somebody interviewed him there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hank Anuku. Also, just random shout out to Shegun Arinze as well.
What to me?
Shawari is a silly little boy now.
We need to tell them. That guy.
He's a silly little guy now. He's still always like Shagu is still always around now. Like he, you see him in events. He's still around
It's a
his
shame,
circle.
man. Setobi.
Man, Satobi is a shame. Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way he died. Like,
Yeah. I know you shouldn't go out like that.
was he married?
I didn't even know about
Those guys were private, super private.
We're very funny enough, they were very private.
Yeah.
Very private. Him and Charles Okafor were very private individuals. It's sad, man. The
Man, it's
Nollywood
sad.
icon has gone. That's a Nollywood icon right there.
It is actually.
Yeah, but hey,
So,
crazy.
Steve, why do you have this Yetunde and
No,
speaking?
that was for last. That was last week.
That was
That was last week. That was last week.
Yetunde God inspired some of our photos that you see from Ibadan.
No, they will not see. They will not see the photos.
They will not see the photos,
They will not see the photos.
Shout out to everybody has moved on. I stumbled on our IG page, and bro, it's a different IG is a different role from Twitter.
IG is love and light now. Nobody has your time.
People were hailing
Who has
her.
been cancelled on IG before?
Who you?
Who has been cancelled on
Nobody.
IG? In the
Well,
history.
the way the platform is set up,
He's
you,
not.
you can't cancel.
Anybody. It's
But
true.
Twitter, pitchfork and fire. Where is the person? Let's go through his old tweets.
But it's amazing how like platforms are social engineered to
To generate different reactions.
and convey different messages and
Yes,
attitudes.
yes.
It's crazy.
You know how R. Kelly is like banned on Twitter. Like you can't even talk about. You can't even say, this R. Kelly song is actually nice. Go to TikTok. There are R. Kelly trends. Challenges, bro. People play a song, dance to it on TikTok. Nobody cares. That's a whole different. They don't cancel.
That was a different this thing.
That's a different planet entirely. So yeah, it's the way social media apps are engineered. So Twitter is the outrage one. That's where the outrage is. Instagram is everybody's cool.
Love and light.
TikTok is weary. Baba, do anything you want to do. Nobody's come to come and get you here. Yeah. Some weird shit.
Interesting. Guys, we've done an hour and we need to travel back to Lagos.
Yeah, so please. Yes.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give you guys a comprehensive one next week. And for all the families, we've seen everything. We'll read everything.
Yeah, man. We tried.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And before we go, we say bye-bye just like that. Ayo, is Madam making breakfast for us this morning?
It's not only Madam making breakfast.
Yeah, she has to now. For send us off
Nobody only send us off.
after a weekend visit.
Nobody only weekend visit. I beg.
No.
Now wow. Anyways, did you guys enjoy the wedding you attended yesterday?
I'm on the chow now. That's the man. I enjoyed it.
Weddings are always enjoyable now. When
When you are not the one planning it.
you're not the one planning, you're just sitting down and chilling.
Osagie danced like 7 times yesterday.
Osagie
Oh my
dance.
God.
Osagie dance.
That's
There's one time I wanted to tell Nana to go and film him so that we'll have the footage.
And I like the wedding because that's kind of my own wedding. Short, simple.
Guy, when Osagie said 5 p.m. we'll be out, I'm like,
Some people asking that you guys are done already. I said, bro, this is not
Bro,
all this Lagos.
5 with-
Where DJ just they bring in, laptop, everybody. No,
you know the time we ended that with yesterday's wedding.
it's when some people
You know
start.
sometimes I leave my house to go to.
That's when people go to wedding to
Lagos.
receptions.
No, and so you know the concept of how weddings are now in Lagos is there are 2 parts, right? There's the first part where the parents they do all the rites and everything.
Yeah.
Then there's the party that turns into the after party and all the where they bring all the dancing
Dancers.
men, they bring the dorime,
Some
they
bring
bring everything.
strippers.
Yeah, they bring strippers like the full. Well, I went to a party that finished at 2 a.m.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Lagos people are too extra with what we do.
Like I told her yesterday, I will make sure if I'm going for weddings in Lagos, I make sure I watch the 3 p.m.
Match.
Premier League game first. That's sure before I leave my house, and I'll still get there. Party just the start.
But if you did this one for this wedding, nothing. You go have the park chair. You go have the park chair.
Oh well, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right, nice one, guys.
Peace out.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Cheers.